long day, wasn't it? If you're feeling worn out, that just means you gave it your all. You're doing great. Just lean back for a second and let this melody hold you. You're safe right here.
Heard the heavy sigh you let escape into the night, carrying the world and trying hard to get it right. Feet are feeling weary from the miles you had to run, pushing through the hours long before the setting sun. Listen close to me, don't let the sorrow take the lead. Tiredness is proof of every planted little seed. You don't have to prove a thing or put up any fight. Lay your burdens down and let the music dim the light.
Take a breath and close your tired eyes.
Underneath the calm of evening skies,
For the minutes that this melody will play, let a little bit of happiness stay. Let the weight fall away.
people judge the outcome, but I recognize the grace. Every single drop of sweat that fell upon your face. Doubts will try to whisper that you're falling far behind. Throw away the expectations clutter in your mind. You survived the pressure and the chaos of the week, standing up with dignity when everything was bleak. Take this 3-minute harbor, let the rhythm ease your chest. You deserve the sweetness of a quiet, gentle rest.
Take a breath and close your tired eyes.
Underneath the calm of evening skies,
For the minutes that this melody will play, let a little bit of happiness stay.
Look at how you made it through the fire once again, holding on to hope against the pouring of the rain. You are doing better than your heavy mind allows. Wipe the quiet traces of the worry from your brows. If tomorrow calls for battle, you can face it when it starts. Right now let the harmony mend all the tired parts. Here's a shelter in the speakers, tailored just for you. Let this simple song remind you what you're gonna do.
Take a breath and close your tired eyes.
Underneath the calm of evening skies,
For the minutes that this melody will play, let a little bit of happiness stay.
you gave it all, you did your best today.
Let a little bit of happiness stay. Let the weight fall away.
Wake up, clock in, chase the paper, fall asleep. We're all running on this wheel toward the same quiet end. People keep asking what it's all for, money, peace, or freedom. If you ask me what keeps my chest beating in this gray loop, yeah, it's always been the music.
Yeah. feel the sound beneath the static. Alarm goes off at 7, step into the crowded street, trading 60 minutes just to buy the bread I eat. Are we living for the paycheck or just paying just to breathe? Caught inside an endless loop with nowhere left to leave. Dust to dust, eventually the clock is gonna strike. Wondering if every single person feels alike. Is it fortune, is it power, is it luxury we chase? Counting all the copper while we vanish from the place. Spinning on the wheel while the world turns gray. Searching for a reason as we burn another day. When the silence screams and the doubts collide. Music is the fire that is keeping us alive. That is keeping us alive.
Some are hunting for adventure, flying high into the blue. Some are searching for a romance just to find a version true. Some just want the liberty to walk away from chains, looking for a shelter when the heavy winter rains. I was asking all the questions, looking deep inside the dark, wondering what spark could leave a permanent landmark. Stripped away the vanity, the titles and the fear. Found the only vibration that could make the purpose clear.
Spinning on the wheel while the world turns gray. Searching for a reason as we burn another day. When the silence screams and the doubts collide. Music is a fire that is keeping us alive. That is keeping us alive.
Let them keep the gold and all the numbers in the vault. I will take the melodies to wash away the salt. Every chord is my rebellion, every rhythm is my breath. Writing down the frequency to triumph over death. Found my purpose in the speakers when the speakers start to hum. Turning all the routine noise into a battle drum. They can run the rap race till the final curtain falls. I'll be making harmony that echoes through the walls.
Spinning on the wheel while the world turns gray. Searching for a reason as we burn another day. When the silence screams and the doubts collide. Music is the fire that is keeping us alive. That is keeping us alive.
When the loop fades out and the day is done.
Music is the reason that we chase the sun. You don't stop to count every tree rushing past the window. You just see the forest as the train moves along. Maybe every wrong turn I took was just a branch building this view. Watching the blur fade to gray.
Staring through the glass while the world begins to slide. Counting every mistake like the shadows on the side. Didn't notice every seedling that was bending in the rain. Every careless whisper, every season filled with pain. You don't pause the carriage just to study every bark. You just ride the velocity moving through the dark. All those crooked roots I planted in the dry and stony clay. We're quietly connecting as the engine pulled away.
Every blurred silhouette rushing past the window pane. Carried all the sunlight, held the weight of all the rain. None of it was wasted, nothing fell apart in vain. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became.
Every broken promise was a trunk upon the hill. Every hasty judgment that I wish I could fulfill. They were passing in a flash, never lingered on my sight. Never knew the scattered pieces would assemble overnight. Took 1,000 clumsy steps just to calibrate the pace. Took 1,000,000 fallen leaves to create a quiet space. Now I understand the canvas wasn't ruined by the line. Every crooked little branch was a part of the design.
Every blurred silhouette rushing past the window pane. Carried all all the sunlight, held the weight of all the rain. None of it was wasted, nothing fell apart in vain. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became.
Turning, no more looking at the floor. I can see the green landscape stretching out to something more. I forgive the foolish traveler who was stumbling through the night. He was blazing through the thicket just to hand me all this light. Gathered up the imperfections, let them blossom into grace. Standing at the destination with a smile upon my face. Not a single mile forgotten, not a single lesson blind. I am standing in the forest that was growing all this time.
Every blurred silhouette rushing past the window pane. Carried all the sunlight, held the weight of all the rain. None of it was wasted, nothing fell apart in vain. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became. Single fleeting trees made the forest you became. Riding through the light, letting beauty take the frame.
I spent so many nights fighting ghosts inside my head,
Regretting yesterday, fearing what tomorrow might bring.
but healing isn't erasing the scars. It's learning how to grow through they. Wrestle with the mirror, drowning in the things I never said. Counting every misstep, lying awake on a restless bed. Regret was like an anchor pulling heavy in my chest. Wondering if the choices that I made were all a test. I was questioning my worth inside a spiral of despair, searching for a whisper of forgiveness in the air. Trapped between the guilt of what was lost and what went wrong, carrying the ache of where I thought that I belonged.
Yesterday's sorrow was carved in the stone. You were never broken, you were never alone. Let the pain settle down in the soil below. Out of the ashes, love teaches us to grow.
Now I stand in today, picking pieces off the floor, realizing every scar is just an open doorway to more. The anger that I carried was a shield to hide the fear. Now the storm is settling, the skyline's looking clear. Forgave the younger version of myself who didn't know that love is not a battle where you trade a blow for blow. It's a quiet understanding that the falling was the key to unlock the kind of courage that would finally set me free.
Yesterday's sorrow was carving the stone. You were never broken, you were never alone. Let the pain settle down in the soil below. Out of the ashes, love teaches us to grow.
Tomorrow isn't promised, but the path is open wide. Trading all the poison for the strength I kept inside. No more second guessing every vision that I chase. I'm running toward the future with the fire in my pace. Turn the heavy anguish into fuel to feed the soul. Every single fragment came together, made me whole. Stepping past the doubts, breathing power in the air. I am standing tall and ready for the world out there.
Yesterday's sorrow was carving the stone. You were never broken, you were never alone. Let the pain settle down in the soil below. Out of the ashes, love teaches us to grow.
Out of the ashes, love teaches us to grow.
Step into tomorrow, let the true light show.
Kept my eyes down for so long, never saw the light you held right in front of me. Guess I had to walk through the dark to understand the view. I was staring at the pavement, lost inside the gray, counting every shadow that was blocking out the day. You were standing in the sunlight, reaching for my hand, building castles in the quiet that I couldn't understand. All that warmth you gave away, I just let it fade in stone. Walked a crowded room and felt like I was completely alone. Now I'm turning around to witness everything I left behind, every single gentle gesture that was hidden from my mind.
You were holding the fire while I weathered the cold. All the love in the background I never could hold. Now the blindfold is broken, the shadows are clear.
Step into the light, let me cherish you here.
Can't rewrite the yesterday that made me who I am. Every bitter hesitation was a piece of nature's plan. Had to break a couple mirrors just to see the bigger frame. Had to wander in the silence just to finally say your name. Now the blur is sharpening, the colors rushing through. Every little broken chapter led me straight right back to you. Won't ignore the rhythm of the life we're meant to share. I am breathing in the present, finally aware.
You were holding the fire while I weathered the cold. All the love in the background I never could hold. Now the blindfold is broken, the shadows are clear.
Step into the light, let me cherish you here. No more tunnel vision, put the blinders in the dust. Gonna turn your silent patience into everlasting trust. Told you I would change the pace and turn the lens around. Pick up every piece of joy that scattered on the ground. It's your turn to rest your shoulders, watch the world align. Gonna give you all the laughter that you lent to mine. Eyes wide open, feet set steady on the track. I'm here to make you happy and I'm never looking back.
You were holding the fire while I weathered the cold. All the love in the background I never could hold. Now the blindfold is broken, the shadows are clear.
Step into the light, let me cherish you here. The blindfold is broken, the shadows are clear. Step into the light, let me cherish you here.